that was fun. Let's see if everyone can find me now that you've been looking for me for the last half hour. Was it live at 5 or live at 5:30? Oh, goodness. It's been an afternoon. Hi Kim, hi Jacqueline. It's good to have everyone hopping on here. If you had friends that were going to be joining you, let them know that I am now online. I will not bore you with the gory details of the tech issues, but I think we're good to go. Hopefully the lighting is okay. I'm using my new, it's not my new, I'm using my DSLR as the camera, my Nikon, and it wants to compensate for the lighting in the room, and it was just dark. So that's something I'm going to have to play with, but we are ready to rock and roll now. So hopefully you made it out to DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com and downloaded the PDF of the Serene Waters project recipe from my website, which is now been misplaced. In the mad dash, got it. Looks like this, and I don't normally do the project recipe with the right paper, or not the right paper, but with the paper that's shown in the project recipe, mainly because I like to show the project recipes so that it's not just for that one collection. You can use them, print them, save them, use them over and over again. Hi, Nancy. Yes, I was nearish to you this past week. So those of you that saw my video, it's hard to believe that I wasn't in Central Park yesterday. It was the day before, Wednesday. Oh, I've lost track of all time. But anyway, yep, I posted a video from Central Park with the 3 dogs. It was a great week, or 2 weeks. I don't know. I was gone for nearly 2 weeks, but 6 days of that we're driving. So we do try to, stop along the way, and I have athletes with me. So the stop in Central Park was sort of necessary. Aiden and Emma Jane ran 4 miles in Connecticut in the morning, got up early, then we left, and then they needed to double on Wednesday. So Aiden ran another 10 in Central Park, and EJ ran 7. And we dropped off April, one of her kayaks, at the Manhattan Boat Club or Boat House at Pier 84, right next to the Intrepid. I would have loved to have been able to go on the Intrepid and see the boathouse and that kind of thing, but that is a problem with traveling with the dogs. So I'm glad I dug out their leashes and hiked them on over to hang out in the park. So we had some good family time in Maine. Many of you know we went for my brother-in-law's funeral. We had a funeral mass for him in Maine, and we also celebrated my mother-in-law's 75th birthday, and she is a twin, an identical twin. So we celebrated the twins' birthday. We had a funeral mass and lots of fun in between. In fact, normally for my project recipe, I do pictures of a past retreat, but with the Serene Waters, it's so versatile for lake and beach. And so since we were at the lake in Maine, I actually am doing lake pics from our trip this past week. So I had to print those and run and get them today and restock the fridge. It's very quiet here, I'll tell you what. 3 days in the car, music, to stay awake and keep you company, that kind of thing. Then now it's just Brendan's home now, but it's very quiet today. The dogs are zonked. They could not be more happy to be home and just laying around on their usual pillows. So thank you all. I see you are sharing. It's good to see you all on. Yes, thank you for sharing. As a reminder, if you share and comment shared, then the little bot at StreamYard will enter you into a drawing that I will conduct at the end of the project recipe, and someone will win $10 off their next order. And then at 10 p.m. tonight, so if you're watching the replay, you can still share. I appreciate that. Then you are entered to win again. So TGIF, it's Friday. Hopefully everyone, I don't know, maybe you had big plans last weekend, so you're just kind of hanging out, recouping this weekend. I know there is a virtual crop going on. And if you're not familiar with that, that is on Facebook. It is hosted by the Creative Memories Home Office. They put sketches up throughout, and you can submit them and win stuff from the home office. I saw that Marianne Signs has already posted a 2-page spread. When I said I was moving to today, for project recipe, she said right in the middle of the virtual crop, because now she's being pulled away from her from the sketches and her progress there. And I know that a few of you I've seen post, not today. I've only seen Marianne Signs today, but I know that several of you participate in that. And if you want to know more about that, oh, hey, Barb, glad you hop on. If you want to know more about the Creative Memories virtual crop, let me just see if I can pull it up really quick. And that way you'll know what to look for. Where are you? Oops. There we go. Now I need to share. Okay, so this is what the it's a group. So if you aren't part of the group, you want to join the group, and or I can invite you to the group if you're having a hard time finding the group. These are what's been posted already. So here they pin them at the top. Post, let's see. So here is the challenge number 2, and it has the prize pack, your choice of 1 paper pack, 1 embellishment pack, 1 sticker pack. So all you do is follow the directions, you add your hashtag, and yeah, well, usually because I'm Facebook friends with Marianne, usually I get a notification that she has posted, and I was thinking maybe it would be right up here near the top, but I don't see it. Oh, isn't that cute? So oh, here it is. Good job, Marianne. Did I just lose a camera? Maybe. Okay. I hope my camera is still working. I just heard my camera click. So anyway, the Creative Memories virtual crop. You should hop on over there if you're just hanging out this weekend. Wanted to show you real quick on the Creative Memories website. I did post about the What is Zoo 2 Buy It All bundle. And when you go to the Creative Memories website, if you click on what's new, you'll see all of the new things. And of course, there's a new border punch and a new border maker cartridge. What I didn't post, I just posted all of the What is Zoo 2 stuff. But what I didn't post is, if it loads, so they are adorable. And again, as usual, these pages can be used for much more than Zoo. But what I wanted to show you was there's somebody just asked me recently about animal prints. There's the Totally Tonal Zoo Textures. And so that is a $5 paper pack. Then there are the Totally Tonal Summer Textures paper pack. So it's like beach and grass, flowers, that kind of thing. And then there's the Totally Tonal Textures pack for autumn that they've already released with acorns and wood and different things and rain. So really, really pretty. And then there's also the Feeling Bright card kit. This is one of the Creative Memories box card kits. And I did mention when I was in the woods in Maine that my next card kit that I make will be using the Serene Waters. So it will have the Serene Waters. And on Tuesday, I will be doing a tool time featuring the recipe templates. A few people have asked, like, what's the deal with them? How do I use them? So I'm going to take some of the newer ones and I'm going to show you what to do with them. So now let's see if this camera is working. And I'm putting my hand under it. It does not appear to be working. So that could be interesting. Everything is backwards. So let me see if I can turn it on and off and connect it. Okay, I think we're good now. So I'm going to jump out and let's go. Hopefully this is not timeout, but maybe if I continue to touch it and play with it. I want to try to get this focused. One of the reasons why I've switched this is to get a clearer picture for you. Hopefully that looks okay as far as lighting goes for you, at least for today. That is always something to work on. So here's the project recipe that we are doing today. Now, a lot of times you can just pick up the project recipe, and for those of you that don't know, there's this cover page that has instructions at the bottom, and then there's the cutting guide. Now, usually between these pictures and the cutting guide, you're good. Sometimes things get a little bit complicated and you need to read what's down here at the bottom. Such is the case for me as I was getting ready with this. It's a great project recipe. It does use a ton of stuff. Today we're using the custom cutting system. We are going to be using the Border Maker system and the new sailboat, or boats. What's it called? Rolling Sails Border Maker. We're going to be using that. And then, of course, we've got our straight trimmer and this little blast from the past. This fun trimmer. Now, some of you, it's a different color now, but if you might have this old school trimmer, it might have a yellow blade. We do sell replacement blades for that. That is a question I get quite often. And all right, so let's get to it. I have more pictures than I'm going to be able to use, but I will sort that out in a second. I've got the recipe calls for 2 pieces of tone on tone and 1 piece of cardstock, which I have right here. Then I need to pick my 2 pieces of tone on tone. And I'm also going to use the vellum. Now that says it's optional, but with the water and because honestly I want to play with the vellum because I haven't played with the vellum yet. So we've got Ripple water. Let me just show you. It's 5 sheets in here. Of course, I'm getting the packaging. You know, usually our paper comes in a Ziploc type thing. This one has the adhesive. So this is kind of hard to tell. It's got some crisscross. You know what? It's like a fishnet. It's definitely a fishnet. And we've got water, paper. This is like, almost looks like cloud. These are more like water droplet rings. And then we've got some more water paper and some yellow waves. So I think I'm going to use this water paper for my page. I'll slide all this back in here if I can. Because the vellum can get creased and, you know, like any vellum, if you've worked with vellum before, I think that's why it has this different packaging than is normal for our paper, just to keep it nice and the paper nice and rigid. You can see, if it's not one thing, it's another. I can see how the color changes as I move in and out of here. All right, now this is, you might not need to do this, but if you notice when I'm doing these, I have a torn edge out of here. I do that for myself so I know it's an open pack, so I don't open another pack. I have been known to, you know, forget what I'm doing. All right, so I've got my paper, my pictures here. I just want to, this is the Serene Waters. So I showed this on Tool Time. I'm not going to use the orange side, but I might use, I love this fish. It's like goldfish that you eat. And then this paper has yellow goldfish. This paper is so pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, I'm loving this paper. And I think I like, if I have another piece of it, I think I want to go darker for some contrast. I think I'm going to go with these two. And then, of course, we've got our water and our cardstock. So those are going to be my 4 sheets. And I don't know, I kind of feeling that page better. Slide this way, and I'll set aside the embellishments and the stickers for now. And let me see here. I'm still here. Pressing wrong buttons on the computer. Let's see. Nope. I don't know why I have these black edges on my screen, but that's all right. Okay, so we're going to come back and I'll add, of course, stickers and embellishments on there. Let's get cutting already. Oh, my goodness. Forever to get to cutting between tech issues and everything else. Okay. So, oh, I forgot my base papers. It's just one of those days. It feels like a Monday. I know it's Friday, but because I was driving Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm missing a day. It feels like Monday for me because it's like the first day of the week. Now I've got green in the trees, so I think I'm going to kind of go with this. It's a very light green, so I've got greens and blues. You know, sometimes I question myself, and then at the end of the day, that's one of the things you got to love about Creative Memories papers is they just they end up working no matter what combination you put them in. Okay, so this is really easy, right? We're just going to cut one of the pieces is going to be along the bottom. So one is going to go along the bottom, the A, and then the B along the other side. So what color do I want to be on the bottom? That is the question of the day. And I think I'm going to use this dark paper. So that's easy. It's 12 inches long and it's 2 cuts at 5 3/4. Some days, I talk about this sometimes, that some days you're just messier than others. I think it's because I was thrown by the tech, but I'm feeling super messy today. Okay. So we're going to go 5 3/4. We had to swing out our arm on our trimmer to get to 5 3/4 because the edge of the trimmer is 5 1/2. So we're going to go out to 5 3/4 twice. And that sheet is done. Now on the project recipe, if it has like little hash lines, that means that you're not going to use it. And that's this little piece right here. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And our next piece, we're going to cut this way. But I am going to refer back over here. Use 2 sheets. Okay, we did that. Using 12-inch trimmer, cuts 1 and 2, and then we're going to use the Rolling Sails Border Maker cartridge to punch along one edge. So we need to do that on both of these. So let me get out my Border Maker system. Plug in that cartridge. We're going to flip out our guide from the bottom, flip up the magnet strip to hold the paper inside, flip that down, and then we are ready to roll. Now what we're going to end up doing, you'll see, you can see it in the picture, I don't know if you noticed, is that we are going to do the shadow behind here. Like we've done in the past. So the blue cardstock is going to actually go behind here to give it a little pop. Okay, so we're just going to do that twice. Isn't that a great Border Maker cartridge? Let's see, what can we use it for besides, I mean, we didn't do any sailing. April did kayaking, but I don't know, the sailboats just say water. And so when you're at the beach in Daytona, you can see boats out on the horizon, and I know the same is true at other ocean places. And on the lakes, you know, you've got little sunfish or sailfish, little sailboats. So it is definitely a fun Border Maker cartridge. And that's the other side of the paper that we're going to use the blue. You put this somewhere where I'm not going to lose it. Okay. Back to our cutting guide over here. So this is our other tone on tone. And I think I'm actually going to use this side. So that certainly hold, please. Now, let's see. What is happening? Well, just one second. I'm not exactly sure what everyone's seeing right now. Hopefully you can still hear me, even though it's a nice little advertisement for Nikon here on my screen. Let's see if we can reconnect here. Okay, that was good times. That is now a dead battery. That is something that I will have to also figure out with the new camera setup. Okay, so we're going to go 3 1/4. Hey, hon, can you do me a favor and plug that into the charger? We're going to go 3 1/4 here. And our cutting guide says 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then we're actually going to use the reverse side on some of these, which, as if you've watched me in the past, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If the color is super, drastic and doesn't really work, then you're the boss of your scrapbook page. So you can decide to not use the reverse. Okay, so we've got 3 of those. Then we're going to go 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. We're going to do 2 of those. So we're going to do the 3 1/4. And then 2 at 4 1/4. All right, and with the remaining piece over here, we are going to cut 3 circles. And this is where we're going to refer back to our cutting guide over here. For H and I, that's these two, they're the same size. We are going to use the outside of the smallest custom cutting system. So this is the custom cutting system. These are the circle templates. And we're going to use the red blade. And then for piece J right here, we are going to use the inside of the largest circle, which, is that the largest circle? I don't think so. I think there's a larger one. I'm still here looking for my large circle. Which seems to be missing. Nope. Okay. Do you have the inch for cutter measurements? Yes. Let me get those for you. Okay, so we have the circle template comes with 3. We're going to use the inside of this, the outside of this one twice. Now the blades cut different distances from the templates. So for H and I, we are using the outside of the smallest. So let me cut that one, Marianne, and then I will tell you outside of the smallest with the red blade. And then we're going to use the inside of the largest with the green blade. And the blue blade we are not using right at the moment. Now, I'm going to kind of scoot over to the edge instead of cutting it in the middle like they showed, just so that I can, Marianne, that size is, looks like 4 and 7/8. No, 3 and 7/8. I'm upside down. 3 and 7/8 is the large one. And I'm going to do another one of those. And this just works like train track. So 3 and 7/8 times 2. And then on this one, we're going to use the green inside. So that's going to be cutting in instead of on the outside. And this one is, looks like 3 and 1/8. So 3 and 1/8 and 3 and 7/8 are the difference in those. You can put these away for now. We're going to use them with the vellum too. All right, so now we are done with the second sheet. Now we can move on to the cardstock piece and then vellum. All right, so the cardstock is punch and then cut. Okay, so let's refer over here. Using the Rolling Sails Bordermaker cartridge, we're going to cut along the edge of the 12-inch one edge, and then with the sails facing to the right, we're going to use the swell edge of the decorative trimmer. So let's do first things first. Let's cut an edge. With our Rolling Sails Bordermaker cartridge. Now, I guess all right, now we're going to cut here. We're going to put the sails at 1 3/4. I think that's why they say to do it this way. So with the sails pointing to the right, we're going to put the top of the sail at 1 3/4. That's what it says right here. Centered on the trimmer, and the edge of the sailboat's aligned to 1 3/4. So that is right. Here's 2. Is right on there. So that's 1 1/2. That's 1 3/4. Okay. Now what it said to do was center in the middle, which I didn't. So I'm going to make sure I do the same thing when I do the next one. Now we have to straighten out this cut, and that we know that because on our design guide there's the hash marks, which, you know, it's totally usable piece. You can use it on something, you know, later. We're just gonna cut that little edge off, and then we're gonna repeat. Garbage out of the way. I feel like I have stuff everywhere today. All right. Second set of boats. right, and we're going to do it again. Let's line up the swell. Guess I'll do it the right way this time. Actually, I'll just push it up to the top. The reason why I don't like to do it in the middle is I'm always crooked when I do that, because I don't have a flat edge to put it on. All right, so there are my two boats. I'm just going to touch this camera really quick. I don't want it to go to sleep on us here. Need to square this off. I think we're done with this for right this second until the vellum. Let's square this off. Whoops. Okie doke. Back to our cutting guide. Oh, easy. 4 4x6s. Hopefully, I have left 8 inches on here. Does not appear. Looks like I got a little bit wide with my cut. So what I'm going to do is I will just piece these together like this, and only you will know the difference when it comes to my, looks like I just went a little wide on that cut. So don't be, if you're a little behind me, don't be all crazy with your cutting like apparently I was. I'm going to just attach those right away so that I can cut them into 4x6s. But like I said, we'll just do this and it'll be all good in the hood. All right, I'm going to line this up, use my cutting mat, line it up with the 4, and then I'll go out to the 8. Like that. And then if there's any extra, we're going to flip this back out again. Thankfully, these are mats, so that boo-boo is just going to get covered. All right, we got 4 4x6s. All right, on to the vellum. We're in the home stretch now. For the vellum, these are all 1/2 inch waves, and then we need 2 circles. And let's look over here to see what U and V are. For pieces, we're going to use the outside of the smallest with the blue blade. All right, so let's cut our water vellum paper 1/2 inch, which on this trimmer is right here. I'm going to do that. So we're going to have, actually, I'm going to cut off just a smidge. I don't want to waste a bunch of this paper, but I got to get the waves rolling. So I'm not going to start measuring yet. Now I'm going to push this edge out to the 1/2 inch and roll. This is one of those trimmers. I love that they use this because I feel like if you have this, you're going to have to blow the dust off it, because mine was in the drawer with my other trimmers. It's in the trimmer cemetery. I don't use it often, but it was so fun to have the project recipe with this one. All right, so we've got our 4 pieces. Now I don't need to worry about squaring this off over here. I'm going to take the outside of the smallest with the blue blade. I'm I'm glad we're using all the blades. The blue cuts furthest from the template, so you have to be careful. If you can't put the template right up to the edge of the paper, or you won't have enough paper. You got to really leave about a 1/2 inch when you're using the blue blade on the outside. So we just cut it just like we do, regular paper, but it has, you can see through it. So you can see my fingers through it. So if you haven't used vellum before, it has, the opacity is different, obviously, than regular. So it adds a little bit of a different look to it. All right. There we go. We are done cutting. Now this template has a lot, this recipe has a lot going on. So now it's time for us to assemble. And these ones down here, they are matted. So all of these have mats. Okay. So now it's just time to assemble. We'll start with the left. Move all this stuff out of the way here. Here's our bottom, our background paper. We've got to get two we have two of the 4x6 mats. We've got our boats, our rolling sails here. If you ever get lost, okay, so that's the other boat. So I guess the boat is on top of there, but I'm going to put it behind. And there, we'll see. We'll play with it. I guess it kind of does need to be on top. It's a darker, so mine is inverse of the idea page here, because the designer has a light background on the bottom and dark blue boats, and I have the opposite. Some of you know this about me, that all these patterns right now are making me really jumbly inside. That's what my mother says when she listens to jazz, that it makes her jumbly inside. There's a lot. There's a lot going on over here. But I'm going to forge ahead because things look very different once you get hold please, Deb. I will tell you in just 1 second. They are let's see. They are 4.5. Just under 4.5. I would say they're not 3/8, but they might but they're yeah, they are 4 3/8. So we've got a lot of eighths going on in these circles. 4 3/8 is what that is. All right, so then we've got that piece, and then another vellum piece goes along the bottom, and I guess I'll wait till I put the pictures on top. And then we've got the U over here, and H it's a lot. It's a lot. A lot going on. Let's see if I like this better. This blue definitely matches the cardstock better. Hard for you to see. I think I'm going to go that way. I wasn't even planning to use that side, but when it came right down to it, I did. And this is supposed to be the reverse, but of course it's yellow, and mine are both blue-ish. So I'm going to just keep it all. I'm not going to use the reverse on any of these. All right, now let me stick this down. Oh. The joys. Okay, that's not going to do. With this camera. It's making me crazy. Let's see. Are we out of focus now? Who can tell? What day is it? Where am I? That's better. Let's stick this stuff down. It's time for it to be Friday already. These are up pretty close to the top. So I'm going up pretty close to the top there on those. I'm ready to put some pictures on here and call this baby done. Using my tape runner. Okay. Let's put this on. So just kind of offsetting them, bringing the cardstock down just a hair so that you can see that sort of shadow. I don't know what day it is, Deb. I could have grabbed your, oh, that's a good idea to use the Joy for that. That's a great idea. I should have grabbed your custom cutting system. We drove through Pennsylvania on the way up. We took 81 to 78. On the way back, I just did 95 the whole way down. We had the craziest lightning storm coming through DC the other night. Aiden was driving and I was terrified. I do not enjoy driving in the rain anyway. And at one point, the lightning was so crazy around us that all the lights on the highway went out. It was crazy. Now, I'm going to go grab the vellum adhesive because we do have special adhesive for vellum. That's why I didn't put adhesive on these yet. But since this one's getting covered, I wasn't really worried about it. Now, this is supposed to look like a sun, and I've got blue paper, so it is what it is. But I might be able to put a picture there. Yeah, see, I've missed all of your storms because I've been gone, but yeah, they are something. And all right, you grab some vellum tape. The vellum tape has a blue dispenser like this. These ones are clear. So it's one thing. I don't know, even adhesive through the years that say, oh, it's for vellum, I still feel like you can see it. So this is, I haven't played with this vellum yet, so I haven't gotten to play with the combination of tape and vellum. Well, that does look pretty good. Now, it's got a little pattern and color. I don't know if that's what's saving it right now, but so that page is done. Hallelujah. Let's go ahead and do the second, which should be easier. Oh, I've got vellum in there. Let's go back to regular. I have enough of these dispensers. I really shouldn't have to be changing them. But if you just have one, you certainly can. I will say that when these little specialty ones come out that are part of collections, the buy it all collections and stuff, sometimes they'll throw in. We got the yellow one with the secret box this past time. They are nice because you can start a collection and then you just know like what's in what. All right, 2 more of these. I love the symmetry. Yeah, Nancy, we usually do, and on the way up we did. I think I mentioned in my card class we had a screw in the tire in Jacksonville, so we left at 5:45 in the morning, and we had to wait 5.5 hours in Jacksonville to get new tires put on. That was our way up. We should have just come home and said, let's just have a staycation. But we had to get up there. So we did do 81 all on the way up because our hotel we couldn't change it because our hotel was in West Virginia because we had planned to go up. All right, so now stick this guy down. You saw I'm going to end up trimming off some of this. On the recipe, it kind of hangs off the top and gets squared off underneath there. I keep thinking that there's a hair on here where I had to fix that page. All right, when it hangs off like that, what I usually do, you can take a pair of scissors. I usually just, because I love this trimmer and you can see right where it's going to cut. It's just as easy to throw it through there real quick. All right. Again, we are getting close. So close. I had to match those up, make sure I'm putting it on the right way. And let's see. We're going to slide it down so it has that shadow effect. Grab a piece of this vellum. Water vellum. Why don't I just put the vellum in here? Since apparently I have 2 tape runners sitting in front of me. Okay. All right, let's get our bottom pieces. Now, the circle goes over here. And in the example, they're using that as a journal box. That would be a cute journal box. Okay. That was crooked. Now I'm going to put the last little ribbons of vellum on after I put the pictures on. Because in the example, they've got the vellum going over the, whatever word I'm saying, going over the pictures. That's the word I'm looking for. Let's get our handy dandy embellishments ready, and let's figure out how we're going to lay this page out real quick with the pictures that we have. Whenever I'm printing, I look at the project recipe and say, okay, I need, you know, for portrait. I thought I would try to get in a picture. Listen, this is, I was barely on camera tonight, but this is the first time that I've had makeup on. Well, I had 3 times in the last 3 weeks. That's how you know you had a good vacation. I guess. It depends on who you are, right? For some people, maybe that isn't a vacation, but there aren't a ton of pictures of me. I'll say that. I was not photo ready most of the time. Let's see. Everybody doing their thing down on the water. Now, one of the things that's nice about the project recipes, if you haven't used them, is the project recipe will say what size photo you need. So this is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So basically we need to cut 1/4 inch off of each side. So I'm going to cut 1/4 inch off of the bottom of this one. Whew, careful, I almost looked naked there. And I guess 1/4 inch off the side. And then I can just tuck my arm under there. No, this is a tough one. I'm sorry, EJ. You're gonna lose a little bit of your head. All right. So I'm kind of doing these all at the same time. And you see my little weld I had to do, my little emergency weld, just worked out fine on those boxes. So the dogs, Moomba jumped out of a kayak and EJ had to jump in after him. He was swimming. He said, I don't like cars. Moomba's one of our little white dogs. And so he definitely did not like boats. Lily, his mother, loves boats. So she went for a little jaunt on the kayak with Aiden. And Ari, who's our dog who has eye seeing issues, he fell off the dock. So the boys are not, they haven't figured out the water yet. But Lily, she's our water lily. She doesn't go swimming, but she likes to go out on the boat. Probably because she likes to be with the kids. And they take her. All right. So now I need pictures for the bottom here. Let's refer to our guide. So 3x3s, 1, 2, 3 3x3s, and 2 4x3s. So I have April sunning on the dock. We don't need that one, Brendan. Here's Lily on the boat with Aiden. So that will be a 4x3. That's a 4x3. Got some cannonballs. I guess that'll be a 3x3. I've got a cannonball of Brendan's. No, I don't. Yes, I do. There. Looks like he's jumping off of the dock. So I think I've mentioned this trick before, but I'm putting the center of the picture in line with the 1.5 since it's a 3x3. And if you bought the whole Serene Waters collection, then you got those cutting guides, and those are really handy dandy so that you don't have to eyeball it. You can actually measure it. All right, and this is 4 by 3. So I got to cut off some off the top and bottom here, because I got to go a 1/2 inch over each. And so my nephew Isaac, I don't know if you tuned in to my card class, if you saw him, he learned how to swim that week. I used to teach swimming, and so he had his life preserver on when we got there, but we took that right off. Let's see, do I have... Looks like I'm gonna not get all the pretty scenery in this, but all right, we're almost there now. Those of you following, I know between April and I, it's like, where in the world are we? But April's headed to Oregon and Washington, to the Hood River, which I've learned is the state border. So she actually is doing a competition there next week. So she will be working remotely, and it's, for those of you familiar with surf competitions, they have to like wait for the conditions to be right, and it's that type of competition. So it could start Thursday, could start Friday, could start Saturday. So she's got to be out there and ready. Oh gosh, yes, that's true, Stacy. I did. I honestly forgot, just like while I was talking about it. But yes, that's what I used to do in the summer, because when I was in college, I taught swimming. All right, I'm going to put Brendan up here in the top. I'm going to attach these first so I don't keep losing them. Let's see, and I'm just eyeballing here, but I'm going to cut this picture with the green. Got to get my custom cutting system mat back from over here. Come back. This is a off script. Yeah, that was the one. Alrighty. Well, if you've been watching, or if you're just tuning in, and you haven't shared already, we're almost time for us to do the drawing. So if you wouldn't mind sharing tonight's episode of the Hot Mess Express Scrapbook Edition, then I would be ever so thankful. I think maybe I should give everyone who didn't share. No, just kidding. Hopefully there are some pages being done, or will be done. All right. Oh, I still haven't attached these, but crazy print and all, I think it's coming along. This is one of those trust the process kind of pages, especially if you're like me and lots of prints kind of make you feel jumbly inside. All right. That is the page. Now let's just throw on some. I don't need any of the big border stickers. I'm starting to wonder if, you know, if this is purposeful with my camera going out by Nikon. It's like a little ad. It's a commercial break. We're going to take a commercial. Let me know. Do you see the Nikon web utility thing? Does that pop up for you, or is that just for me? Let me know what you see, because I'll just say I'm going to ask to be sponsored by them, and I'm just going to say, oh, we have to take another Nikon commercial break. Actually, I need to figure out on my, I'm sure on my Nikon I can change the settings so that it won't turn off on me. But since this is my first broadcast with the Nikon, there are some great lily pads in this lake. Just add water. That is my family for sure. They are definitely water people. Oh, this crab reminds me of the lobster rolls that I had. Now, the restaurant claims are the best lobster rolls in New Hampshire. We stay right on the New Hampshire. I'm turning this over because this paddle says beach life, and we're not at the beach. So I'm just going to flip it over like that. All right. I think that's good for that. Let's see if we can find it was the best lobster roll. It really was. That's the sea, ocean, roam far, wander wide. That's also us. Serene waters, fresh fish, catch of the day. We're not fishing. All my troubles wash away in the water. That's good. That's good. Oh, and paddle out. So I'm going to stick this down here, and then I can journal right here too. This is another good spot for journaling over here. Or a title. I'll probably, where am I putting these lily pads? I don't know. I should put it on Lily. Lily. I did take some beautiful pictures of lit. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you. I was about to just be done, but you're right. Now, let's see how that's going to work. Oh, look what I did. Oh, for the love. I'm using the back side of this embellishment. I almost had a beach life embellishment going on. Thankfully, that adhesive, I just rub it right off. Okay, try that again. All right. Thank you, Jacqueline, for reminding me those. Now, this is supposed to go along the bottom here, but it's going to go right over April's head. So what I might do is go underneath these two pictures. Let's see what happens over here. I can just squeak by over here. So I'm just going to go under, and then I'll go over on these ones. All right. Where's the vellum? Here's the vellum adhesive. And with this one, I'm going to tuck it under. I'm using the vellum because it's going over on some of them. And I don't want to, well, let's make sure that these are lined up correctly. And then I'll just tuck these under. doke. We're almost there now. Okay. So I can journal here. I'll add title, can add more journaling here. There's a lot going on. And actually this breaks a big rule of, I usually have scrapbooking. These were all very different days throughout the week, but they were all water. And so these were probably taken on five different days. And I think it looks good. I like the vellum. And I like the way the colors came together, the greens and the blues and the dark. Really helps these pictures pop at the bottom. So that is all for that project recipe. And now I can just let my Nikon do whatever it pleases at this point. So let's hop back over here and okay. Whew, we made it. It was a rough one, wasn't it? What's happening over here? I look like I've been through it. All right. Well, I hope that was fun for you all. Thanks for being part of the inaugural use of I have the fan going, so my hair is really just wild, like lake hair. Don't care. All right, so let's see who our winner is. All right, looks like we're working today. Lovely. And let's see who our lucky winner is. Let me get a pen ready. Barb, wow, you lucky lady. She won during the card class last week. I know she'll be excited. She's in Helen, Georgia right now, she said. She told me. And so that is fun. So congratulations, Barb. You won again. Now everyone has a second chance if you've already shared. And those of you watching the replay, go ahead and share and then comment shared, and you will be entered to win. I will be playing catch up the rest of this weekend. Those of you going to the retreat to the mountains in Murphy, North Carolina, don't forget your bathing suits. Remember, there's a hot tub on the porch. And look for an email from me. So I just got home last night, and over the next couple days, I will unpack the car, repack the car for the retreat to the mountains in North Carolina. So if you're going, I'm looking forward to seeing you there. And I will be just working this weekend, playing catch up. So if you need anything, if you would like me to order you anything, let me know. Big launch, because I thought there was going to be something big coming this past Monday. So that means in 2 weeks, there will be something big. Not to say that what launched wasn't great, because there's great. That bamboo Boilermaker punch is awesome. And, that zebra print too. Can't wait to get my hands on that. So they are ordered. They are headed my way. Maybe I'll give a sneak peek on Tuesday during tool time. Don't forget tool time next Tuesday at 5. I will be in Florida. I will be in the studio. Things will be, I'll be live at 5 on Tuesday. So thank you all for being on here today. It was super fun, and look forward to sharing recipe templates with you next Tuesday during tool time. So until I see you all again, you know what to do. Stay scrappy, my friends, and check out the virtual crop over on Facebook with Creative Memories. Make some cool pages, or just join the group and you can see Mary Ann's pages, because she's so great about making them and posting them. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great Friday, TGIF, and I'll talk to you soon.